Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors to all elders and apostles of GMS, the Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well. Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Nabala here with a lesson. All right, and Slakia, for, my voice. I got a little bit of allergies going on, but, hey, man, the scriptures, man, they are alive. All right, as we see. All right, we seen, in the in the wee hours of the night. All right, you know, um, Israel and the U.S. All right, they attacked Iran. All right, which you know, starting from Apostle Tahar on down. All right, to the elder bishops. All right, and our elders. On down. Saying that this would happen. All right, that these things would take place. All right. And so, we knew that it was going to happen. All right. We knew that this was going to take place. All right. But we just didn't know, when. All right. That's why the scriptures say that, Yahweh Shemel Shai will come as a thief in the night. All right. That's why, Jake, man, bro, it's a high time to wake up out of sleep. All right. These prophecies are taking place, Jake. All right. And time is short. All right. Time is short, man. All right. Yahweh Shemel Shai is speeding up these times for the elect's sake. All right. And we're seeing, these prophecies taking place. All right. We're seeing wars and rumors of wars. All right. So as you can see here, man, prophecy is real heavy right now, man. All right. Prophecy is real heavy. All right. So it says Trump tells Iranians the hour of your freedom is at hand as U.S. Israel launch strike against Iran. All right, it says President Donald Trump urges the Iranian people to seize control of their destiny as the United States and Israel begin military action against Iran, marking an unprecedented escalation in tensions between Washington and Tehran. It says the hour of your freedom is at hand. It says the hour of your freedom is at hand. Trump said in the video message directed at the Iranians, urging civilians to stay sheltered. It says, when we are finished, take over your government. It says the U.S. and Israel launched a Pentagon official labeled Operation Epic Fury. All right, which strikes begin just after 9 a.m. local time. All right. It says Trump framed the offensive as a mission to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. All right, while also calling on members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps to lay down their weapons and accept immunity or face certain death. All right, that's just Esau Edom, man, is just America alone is just a damn bully. All right, they want to go and bully these other countries. All right, they want to try to take away these other countries capabilities. All right, but these other countries, man, they're not going for it, man. All right, they're tired of Esau's shit, man. They're tired of Esau's bullshit. All right, and they're not afraid, of Esau Edom, man. What does the scripture say? The scripture says that let the weak say I'm strong, man. All right, so with America and Israel, all right, attacking Iran, all right, that just that's just it just opened up a whole nother can of worms, man. As they say in the world, they open up a can of worms, man. All right. So Iran, they got their allies, man. They got Russia and China, man, and Russia and China, two of the two biggest militaries in the world, man, are backing them. All right, and that's prophecy, man. All right, this is prophecy taking place. All right. It says this message is coincides with what many analysts describe as the U.S. on the verge of full-blown war with Iran. It says the appeals to regime change, telling Iranians their only chance for generations to reshape their country reflect a dramatic shift from strength to direct confrontation and amplifying already skyrocketing tensions after years of diplomatic stalemate and proxy conflicts. It, it says critics argue that urging an internal uprising while conducting military strikes represents a strategic gamble that could inflame nationalist fervor and broaden the conflict beyond the Iranian regime capital. It says supporters content it aligns with long-standing U.S. goals to prevent nuclear proliferation and defend allies. Either way, Trump's comments and the joint operations with Israel signals a brinkmanship approach and heightens the risk of wider war in the Middle East, man. All right. So this move that Donald Trump just made, all right, is eventually gonna cost Israel and Babylon, all right, America, all right, and this is beautiful to see, all right. What does the scripture say in the book of Proverbs 1? All right, let's get that, man. All right. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. I seen another article here. Let's get right here in end time headlines. All right. It was just a quote that Donald Trump said. Where is it? Here it is, right here. It says Trump says he'd love not to attack Iran, but sometimes you have to. All right. So it's not about what Donald Trump wants. All right, it's about what Yahweh Bashim Al Shai wants, man. All right, in the book of Proverbs tell you, all right, that matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that in the book of Proverbs 1. Let's get that in the book of Proverbs. What is it? Proverbs 1. What is it? 21. Let me see. I know it's Proverbs. Slakia. Where's it at? Or is it Proverbs 21? I think it is Proverbs 21. Slakia. Proverbs 21 and 1. All right. It says the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. So Donald Trump already made that statement. All right, right here. Let's go back to this. He made that statement and says, he'd love not to attack Iran, but sometimes you have to. All right. That's because Yahweh Bashim Al Shai put the spirit on this damn devil to do it. All right. Yahweh Bashim Al Shai put the spirit, all right, for DJ Trump to do this, Nero 47 to do this, man. All right. And that's beautiful to see. All right, now we're seeing, World War III, actually kick off, man, in our lifetime, man, and that's prophecy. All right. So let's get the book of Habakkuk, man. Let's get the book of Habakkuk 2, and we'll start at 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh Bashim Al Shai answered me and said, write the vision. All right, write the vision, these visions getting into these prophecies, and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth. All right. It says, for the vision, all right, the prophecies is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. All right, and the end is clearly manifested, man. All right, we're at the end. All right, and these prophecies are speaking, man. These the words of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, these scriptures are living living words, man. All right, and Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is bringing these things to pass. All right. And it says, though it tarry, wait for it. All right, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right, it will surely come and it will not tarry. All right, let's see what it says in the NOT. In the NOT, it says, I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. It says, there I will wait to see what Yahweh Bashim Al Shai says and how he will answer my complaint. It says, then Yahweh Shai said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that the runner can carry the correct messages, all right, to others, all right, and the runners represent, all right, the prophets, all right, so that we are able, to warn our people, all right, of the impending danger, all right, of the perilous times of war, of pestilence, just like, in the book of Jeremiah 28, man, where it talks about, what what the prophets of the past prophesied about, all right. It says this vision is for a future time. All right, it's for a future time, and that time is now, man. All right. It says it describes the end and will be fulfilled. It says if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed, man. All right. And not one of these prophecies is being delayed, man. We're seeing these things taking place before our eyes, and it's a beautiful thing to see. All right, it's a beautiful thing to see. All right. Um, let's get the book of um, what is it? The least of the flock. All right, so draw them out. All right, let's get that. Let's get that in the book of Jeremiah. What is it? Jeremiah 50 and 45. Um, Jeremiah 50. 45. Let me see. Yep. All right, because this is prophecy, man. All right, this is a vision. All right, that's not going to tarry. All right, that we're clearly seeing happening, right before our eyes. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and 45. It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Shai that he hath against Babylon. All right, and this is talking about America. All right, and his purpose, all right, that he had purpose against the land of the Chaldeans, man. All right, the land of the Chaldeans, man, the Edomites, Esau, Edom. All right, it says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right, and who is the least of the flock? Man, the least of the flock are those small hats, all right, that are claiming to be, the people of that land. All right. All right, they're going to draw America out into war, and that's exactly what they did, man. All right, the U.S. all right did a joint attack, all right, on Iran, all right, with Israel. It says, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So when it's all said and done, all right, when America, all right, and these ICBM missiles hit here, all right, and the allies of America, all right, Babylon the Great, all right, when they shoot their missiles off, all right, Israel's going to get hit as well. All right, and Israel is going to feel it too. Israel's going to be totally desolate. It's going to be annihilated, all right, along with Babylon the Great. All right, because Babylon and Israel are allies, all right, but the only difference here between Babylon, all right, Babylon or America, and Israel is that, Israel is going to be, be built back up, all right, and Babylon, according to the book of Revelations, is never going to be inhabited again. All right, it's this place is going to be through, and it talks about that in the book of Revelations, man. All right. Um, Matter of fact, let's prove that point. How does it go? Let me see. Um, Let me see. Slovakia creatures. Oh, Slovakia. Oops. Uh, just to prove that point. Let me see. Unclean. I know it's in the book of Revelations. damn, what is it? Um Salakia, bear with me. I can't remember off the top of my dome. Um, I know it's in the book of Revelations. Is it 13 or is it 14? Boom, it might be 14. Salakia. Uh, let's see, Salakia. Dang, man, I can't remember. I know it's in the book of Revelations. Earth and grievous. Alright, that's the grievous sores and second poured out. Um, for they expressed those miracles, blessed. Alright, and he gathered them together. And let me see, pour the fierce wrath and every Slakia. Revelation 17. Says, 10 horns. Alright, so this is 10 horns right here. Okay, let me see. Salakia. Here we go, right here. This is Revelations 18. And it says, no, that's not it. Let me see. Oh man. Salakia, bear with me. I know I'm getting close. Oh man, is Revelations 19? Salakia. Oh man, I can't remember the phrase. I saw throne's image. Salakia. I will find it. Uh, damn man. Oh man. Well, Salakia. I can't remember exactly where it's at. Forgive me, Salakia. But pretty much, it gets into, Babylon, pretty much, never, never be inhabited again. All right. I can't remember exactly where it's at. All right. But, it pretty much talks about, Babylon, not being inhabited again. All right. So that's the difference between, Israel and Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay. That's the difference right there. All right. So, the least of the flock, all right, have drawn them out. All right. Which are the small hats that are out there in Israel. Okay. They have drawn Babylon the Great, all right, aka America, into war. All right. So let's get the book of Second Esdras 9 and 1. All right. This Second Esdras 9 and 1. We'll start at 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure our times diligently in itself. All right. And how are we going to measure the times that we're in? All right, we're measuring the times through the scriptures. All right, we're measuring the times. All right, through these prophecies. All right, and it says, and what thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, which we're seeing all these things, all right, take place. We're seeing uproars of the people all throughout the world. All right, it says, then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of these things. It says, from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. It says, for like all that is made in the world, at the beginning has the beginning and the end has manifested, man. All right. It says, even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and in signs and effects and signs. You see, so that's beautiful, man. All right, and we're seeing all the end signs, man. We're seeing the end. All right, take place right in front of our face, man. All right, let's go to the book of Matthew 24. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the book of Matthew 24. All right, because we're definitely, um, matter of fact, yeah. Let's get the book of Matthew 24. Let's get the book of Matthew 24, and we'll start at 4. No, we'll start at 3. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming of the end of the world? All right. What shall be thy sign of the coming of the end of the world? All right. Because in the book of Second Ezra, was it 6 and 9? It tells you that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So these are the signs. All right, that Esau's kingdom, all right, is falling. All right, these are the signs that Jacob is going to be back into rulership. All right. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You see, wars and rumors of wars, man. All right. Um, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows, man. So these are just the beginning of sorrows, man. The wars, rumors of wars, all right, threats of wars, all right, regional wars, all right, civil wars. All these things are just the beginning of sorrows, man. These are just the beginning stages of all hell breaking loose, man. All right, these are just the beginning stages. Let's read Matthew 24 and 6 in the NOT. It says, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. All right, and the reason why it says that is because the prophecy of the MOTB still, has to take place. All right. So these nuclear missiles, man, they're not, World War III is not going to reach its peak. All right. And these nuclear missiles aren't going to, hit Babylon the Great. All right. Until that MOTB is established. All right. Until that MOTB is pushed forth. All right. So, hey, man, we're in some beautiful times. All right. And we're seeing prophecy take place right before our eyes, man. All right. So, with that being said, I'd like to give our praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. All right, and double honors to our elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone once again. This is Brother Nabal, to the next lesson. Shalom, shalom.